you are. Let's get started with today's TPD, training plan of the day. All of us have had this happen. A phone call comes in and we don't recognize the number, so we don't answer it. No need to see if someone wants to sell us dog insurance when we don't even have a dog. Now, cat insurance, maybe I should answer. We usually let it go to voicemail. That's all well and good until we go check the voicemail and realize that it was from somebody who should have been in the contact list but wasn't. Or who has a number that wasn't attached to a contact that we already know. Or maybe someone calls you and after talking, you want the number that they called from used for a new contact. This becomes particularly frustrating if you can't see the screen or can't see it very well. In this video, we're going to solve both versions of that problem. You will learn how to create a brand new contact from a recent call, and then you will learn how to add a number from a voicemail to someone who is in your contact list already. Now, if you're visually impaired, you might be thinking, I can't see well enough to do any of that. But that's not true. You can. And we're going to make use of both VoiceOver and voice control to do it with no heavy lifting. If you watched the earlier video about adding a phone number to a contact, you know that we took advantage of headphones so that VoiceOver and voice control can cooperate with each other peacefully. We're going to do the same things here. So now would be a good time to pause, go find your headphones. I'll wait. Good, you're ready. Headphones on, so VoiceOver gets to talk in your ears while voice control doesn't try to type along with it. Here's our setup. Say, hey Siri, turn on voice control.
Okay, voice control is now on.
Voice control is on and the microphone is awake and listening. Now you can use voice control to get VoiceOver turned on. Say, turn on VoiceOver.
VoiceOver on.
Siri was not required here. VoiceOver is now ready to read the screen to you. With voice control still listening, say, open phone.
Phone. Voicemail. Heading.
You'll hear the phone app open. It doesn't matter which screen in the phone app you land on. Say, tap recent.
Edit button.
And now we're all at the same starting line. We're going to start by moving VoiceOver to the top of the screen so that you'll have a home base to work from. To do this, say, VoiceOver, select first item.
Edit button.
You should hear edit. Then say, VoiceOver, select next item.
Selected all button 1 of 2.
Keep saying VoiceOver, select next item.
Missed button 2 of 2.
VoiceOver, select next item.
Filter button.
VoiceOver, select next item.
Recents heading.
VoiceOver, select next item.
Search field.
VoiceOver, select next item.
Actions available.
Once you're on the number, you're going to say, VoiceOver, select next rotor option until you hear more info. Getting to the more info button is a little tricky with poor vision as it's part of VoiceOver and there is nothing on the screen. You just have to listen. Voice control is well designed to cooperate with VoiceOver to get you there. And if you found the command VoiceOver select next rotor option hard to remember or even to say, you'll get no argument from me. It feels like a bit of a tongue twister. But since it works so well, who are we to complain? Select the more info choice from this rotor options menu by saying VoiceOver activate.
Recents. Back button.
The screen that opens shows information about the call you just selected. To stay consistent, start at the top of the screen by saying, VoiceOver, select first item.
Recents. Back button.
Then begin saying, VoiceOver, select next item, as many times as needed until you hear, create new contact. VoiceOver, select next item.
Edit button.
VoiceOver, select next item.
Spam risk.
VoiceOver, select next item.
Plus message button.
VoiceOver, select next item.
Call button.
VoiceOver, select next item.
Video dimmed button.
VoiceOver, select next item.
Mail dimmed button.
VoiceOver, select next item.
Call history button.
VoiceOver, select next item.
Create new contact button.
Then say, VoiceOver activate to open the new
Text
contact
field is
screen.
editing.
Start at the top of the new screen by saying, VoiceOver, select first item.
Close button.
You should hear close button. To get to the first name field, say, tap first name. Dictate the first name. I'm going to say Alice. Then say, tap last name.
Last name.
Dictate the last name. I'm going to say Wonderland. Easy to dictate, easy to spell, and easy to blame for falling down rabbit holes later. And that's it. Alice Wonderland is officially a contact. All that's left is the done button. Tap done.
Recents. Back button.
You'll be returned to the More Info screen for that recent call, and now it shows Alice's name instead of just a number. To get back to the full list of recent calls, make sure to say, go back.
Edit button.
Now we're going to flip the script a little bit and talk about a different version of the same problem. What happens when somebody leaves you a voicemail and it turns out to be from someone who was already in your contact list? The number they called from just isn't connected to that contact yet. This time, instead of creating a brand new contact, we're going to attach the number to a contact who already exists. And since Alice Wonderland has already shown up for the Mad Tea Party sitting in our contact list from the last task, she's going to find a place at the table for this task too. This is a similar process, but it's done from the voicemail screen of the phone app. VoiceOver and Voice Control are already running, and the phone app is already open. So all you have to do is say, tap voicemail.
Edit button.
Like always on a new screen, it's best to let Voice Control take VoiceOver to the top. Say, VoiceOver, select first item.
Edit button.
And then say, VoiceOver, select next item. Until you hear
Reading
the
button.
voicemail that needs
VoiceOver,
a contact
next
attached to it.
Voicemail heading.
VoiceOver, select next item.
+1 left parent for button.
Once you've landed on it, you'll need to do that same tongue-twisting voice control command from before. Say, VoiceOver, select next rotor option.
More info.
VoiceOver activate.
Voicemail back button.
The screen that opens shows more info about the number. Here, you will have a chance to use some new voice control commands for VoiceOver to do the task from a little bit different point of view. We are starting from the bottom instead of the top this time. Why? Good question. Alice never did get a straight answer to her riddles either, So let's not worry about why. Let's just go with it. Just say, VoiceOver, select last item.
Tab bar. Selected. Voicemail. Tab. 5 of 5.
Since we're attaching this number to Alice Wonderland, an existing contact, and the button we need is closer to the bottom of the screen than the top, say, VoiceOver, select previous item.
Keypad. Tab. 4 of 5.
VoiceOver, select previous item.
Contacts. Tab. 3 of 5.
VoiceOver, select previous item.
Recents. Tab. 2 of 5.
VoiceOver, select previous item.
Add to existing contact. Button.
VoiceOver, activate. That brings you to the list of all contacts on your iPhone so that you can search for Alice Wonderland. Say, tap search.
Search field is editing. Search. Character mode.
Now dictate the name of the person you're adding to this number to. I'm going to dictate. This brings up just one match, so I can confidently say, tap Alice Wonderland.
Close. Button.
I can use the full name because I already know exactly who I'm looking for. If you have a less predictable contact list, say VoiceOver, select first item, and then begin saying VoiceOver, select next item until you hear the name that you're searching for. Then say VoiceOver, activate to select it. Either way works. Once you've selected the name, you're in edit mode for that contact. The new phone number is attached. And all that's left to do is tap the Done button so the changes get saved. Say, tap Done.
Voicemail. Back button.
Say, go back to return to the voicemail list.
Edit button.
With one message now showing as voicemail from Alice Wonderland. You've now edited a contact, hands-free, eyes-free. Voice Control did the heavy lifting, and VoiceOver read you everything along the way. If you're asking, what do I do next? How many times do we have to say it? Your iPhone doesn't care what you do next. Just tell Siri what you need it to do or which app you need open. Don't forget to say, go to sleep if you don't need voice control listening to everything going on right now. Let's do a quick recap of what we did in today's training plan of the day. Used voice control commands to move VoiceOver around the screen so you always knew exactly where you were. What you accomplished today. Turning anonymous phone numbers into names you will recognize the next time they call or you need to call them. And here's a bonus tip worth getting a little excited about. Now that these numbers are attached to real contacts, if those same people text you, you will know exactly who it is from. One fix, multiple payoffs. And that's today's training plan of the day, TPD. Constantly varied, functional, and high intensity. Or in this case, few voice commands, no swiping, no tapping. Hit subscribe because there's a lot more of these coming. Same length, same approach, no heavy lifting.